This is PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Trevor's tested waters help you swim even the feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Trevor's tested waters help you swim even the feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you eat.
Hey guys, it's me, Travis, with PlayerProps.ai. This is what we're looking at for Thursday's MLB games. Let's do some quick recapping. First off, today is NFL Draft Round 1. Very excited about it, but I do want to make a note that I mentioned Discord, and I know a lot of you people out there don't like following directions and hopping in the free Discord, so I'll recap it for everyone on the outside looking in. Some people are asking about some tips for betting NFL Draft. My tip, do not bet on the NFL Draft. There are people on NFL teams that are making a salary specifically to have a job description, a job role, responsibilities if you are, to smokescreen other GMs and teams. What does that mean? They are lying and pretending to accidentally leak out information. They want to make sure that nobody knows exactly what they're doing so players can potentially fall into their lap or whatever it may be. So because there are people that are paid for professionally lying just on their own end to make other teams have edges on other teams, why in the world are you betting on anything? If you see something on Twitter like, oh, this person might go 3 overall, do not bet on NFL. I mentioned this in a handful of videos, and I'll mention it again for anybody that hasn't watched those videos yet. There's a difference between, for me anyway, between the word gambler and a bettor. Some people like, oh, if you bet on sports, you're gambling, or if you're gambling on sports, you're a bettor. I treat those differently. How do I look at those? Gambler is someone who lights money on fire. You don't care about research. You don't care about data. You just have gut feelings, or you don't even have any feelings, and you're just dropping money and lighting it on fire. A bettor is someone who likes to have more money at the end of the day than what they started with. So they're going to do everything in their power to have more money at the end of the day than what they started with. They're going to download the PlayerProps.ai app. They're going to watch the free videos. They're going to download they're going to have the free version of the app at least, at bare minimum. They're going to get in the free Discord. They're going to do all the free things available to them to make sure they put themselves in the most optimal situation to finish the day with more money than what they started, and not the opposite. So, for you out there watching this right now, hearing me yip-yap into my microphone, are you a gambler or are you a bettor? You have to figure that out before you place another bet. Because if you're a gambler, this is not the community for you. This is not the community for gamblers, because you have to put forth effort. You have to apply yourself. This is a community for all the sports bettors out there that will do everything in their power to make sure they put themselves in the highest likelihood, the highest probability of finishing with more money than what they started. Gamblers bet on the NFL draft. Bettors do not. Do not waste your money. Just watch it, enjoy it. Hopefully your team gets somebody they need, and hopefully the Miami Dolphins don't draft somebody that's somebody we don't need. But seeing how Tua is now on concussion number 25, chances are we're probably going to draft a big fat man to keep him upright. But if we don't, it's fine, because there's other positions of need as well. But anywho, let's do a quick recap of yesterday. So there's a lot of people that were like asking in non-Discord platforms like YouTube comments and everything, oh, hey, did it go perfect again? Did this MLB spread predictor go perfect again? Well, I have some good news for you. So it didn't go perfect again, but there's a graphic I'm going to throw up here on screen. So we tracked day 1, which went 15-0. We tracked day 2. I noticed a few things. So on the graphic that I'm throwing up on screen right now, I noticed that the bottom 3 yesterday in terms of probability percentages, the bottom 3 missed. And the highest percentage of the bottom 3 is 56.39%. So in theory, if we only target MLB spread predictor percentages that are higher than 56.39, so essentially 56.40 and higher, even though the range below that hit for day 1, because we didn't miss anything across the board day 1, only targeting 56.4% and higher, which the percentages are on the screen, the percentages are on the tool. The tool teaches you what they mean and how to look at them. Within the first 2 days of our brand new MLB spread predictor, it is 21-3. 21-3. So we took out 2 of the wins of day 1 that were under that. So even though we hit them, we took them out of the range. So 13-0 day 1, 8-3 day 2 for a total of 21-3. This thing is printing money. As somebody just said in the Discord before I hit record button, get in while the iron is hot. The best part is these irons don't cool off. Data science, machine learning, all this AI stuff, all it does is just get better and better and better. So get in the Discord, get the free app, do the bare minimum, or you're a gambler and you don't care about finishing the day with more money than what you started. You don't care enough. Sure, you could say, yeah, I want to win my bets. No. If you care enough, you're going to do everything in your power, even mainly the free stuff. If you're not doing all the free stuff, if you're like, oh, am I a gambler? Am I a bettor? Ask yourself, am I doing all the free stuff that Travis has provided for me with the free Discord, the free version of the app, the free YouTube channel? Am I subscribed to? Am I watching all the videos? Am I listening? Am I taking notes? Am I understanding what he's saying? Am I asking questions to him if I have questions about anything that he's given us? If you're doing all that, you're better. If not, you're a gambler. That's the easiest way to figure it out. But yeah, so we are also on a roll with our plays you do in the show. So we targeted Sagano for the third straight start. This man had 0 strikeouts. I think going into the 6th inning, he actually pitched a full 7 innings and still only finished with, I believe just 1 strikeout. Like I said, there's pitchers out there that when they're learning which pitches they want to throw and they want to learn their pitch repertoire, that some people are like, okay, I have a really powerful arm in terms of speed, so I'm going to knock people out with 100-mile fastballs like Aroldis Chapman. I don't know if he's that good anymore, but this guy was throwing this is exaggerating, but throwing like 120-mile-an-hour pitches, and that's how he gets people out with speed. Some people get people out with movement, where they do like a 12-6 curveball, and they get people swinging on strikes. And then there's people like Sagano. They get people out because they force contact. He's looking for a bat to make contact, and he's putting the ball in a position across the plate. So when contact is made, it either goes straight up or it goes straight down. And so he actually pitched a very good game based on what he wanted to do. He doesn't care about strikeouts. The only strikeout he got was a full count. It was a full 3-2 count, and the batter didn't swing hoping to get ball 4. And so the only strikeout he got was a strikeout looking because it was a full count and the batter was trying to get a walk. There's 0 strikeouts from swinging because that's not his game. So are we going to target him next time he's up? If the tools agree with it, most likely, because we're now 3-0 targeting Sagana under 3.5 Ks. As always, read the bar on the top, read the bar on the bottom. Remember, if you ever have help, just ask. The most frustrating thing that makes my blood boil, which, it's not that I'm getting angry at you, just the situation, is if somebody gives up before asking me a single question. If you download the free version of the app and you're like, man, I don't really understand this, I'm just not going to use it anymore. Again, that means you're a gambler. A bettor is going to do everything in their power to put themselves in the highest chance to have more money at the end of the day than not. So what does a bettor do when they can't figure something else out or anything about PlayerProps.ai or sports betting in general? They ask Travis in Discord, or they ask the community in Discord. They do everything in their power. That's why Discord exists, not to just show winning screenshots to each other. It exists for the fact that there's people that learn at different speeds than others. There's people that are day 1 bettors, which we welcome all of you. There's people that are day 100. There's people that are day 1,000. We have bettors of all skill sets, and everyone in our Discord is only allowed to be in our Discord if they're a helpful person. If you're a toxic person, you get banned within the first 24 hours guaranteed. So we have 0 toxicity because I've gotten rid of all those trolls. So there's never, ever, ever be afraid or hesitant to ask questions. Are you a gambler or are you a bettor? It's as simple as that. Also, Orlando Magic's probably going to get swept by the Boston Celtics. If you can't beat the Celtics without Jason Tatum, you can't beat the Celtics, period. One of the most frustrating things about sports is having your team get into the playoffs and then getting swept in the first series. It's very, very upsetting because how the NBA lottery works, if you make the playoffs, you're not in the lottery. And so we don't even have a chance of getting a top pick, even a 0.0001% chance because we made the playoffs. I don't want to make the playoffs if I know my team can't go to the finals and win, have an outside-the-box chance of winning in the finals. The Orlando Magic is the number 1 worst team in the NBA in shooting 3 points. They're the second best overall defensive team, but they can't score to save their life, especially from outside the arc. This needs to be fixed in the offseason. This is very frustrating to me, and I knew this going into it. Sure, you want to make the playoffs? Yeah, but, I mean, we're going against the defending champs, and they had freaking Jason Tatum yesterday, and we still lost. Let's see what we're looking at today. Let's see how many games we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we don't have an insane amount of games. Oops, I accidentally clicked on that guy. But we're going to find if there's something we like regardless. So this may be blank after we do the filters, but we'll see. So a line of 3, difference of 17 is what we've been starting with. There's actually 5 people here. Okay. So there's only one person projected over, and that's Tobias Myers. 3.5 line. AI says 5. That's 1.5 higher. So that's above the 1.0 threshold. Sportsbooks are favoring the side. Accuracy is above 50. Everything here, this guy on the surface is a trifecta play. Everybody else's projection is under their line. Carmen has a 3.5 line, has a 2.11 projection, so that is technically a full 1.0 difference or more. But the problem is the sportsbooks favor the under, so this is not a trifecta play here. Jacob deGrom, we targeted his under in his first start we hit. We targeted his under in his second start, and he went over, so he didn't hit his under. I'm staying away from him. I need to see before we touch Jake deGrom of under 6.5 again, or under anything. I need to see at least 2 consecutive starts of him not getting 7 strikeouts. So he just got more than 6.5. I don't know if he got 7 or 8, but he hit his line when we went under last start. So he's got to do this start today against the Athletics. He's got to go under 7, and then he's got to have one more start, and then we'll consider him. So we've been talking about Jake in our Discord for a bit. We're like, oh man, like he's not the Jake he used to be. He hasn't hit these numbers in over 2 years, whatever it may be. And then he hits his numbers in a start, and we're like, all right. We have to wait a little bit to see if he's back or not. So I'm not going to touch that. Crotchet Rocket here, Garrett, who we targeted overs a lot last year when he was on the Chicago White Sox. This guy's got strikeout stuff. This guy is legit. That's why his line is an insane 7.5, which is the highest you're ever going to see for a pitcher. I don't think in my memory that I'm trying to recall right now that we've ever seen anything 8.5 or higher. So 7.5 is typically the tip of the iceberg. So things to look at here. Projection definitely is a full 1.0. Mackenzie Gore as well for Washington. He's done pretty decent this year so far. Another 1.0 or more. The thing with Garrett Crotchet Rocket, I know it's not Crotchet Rocket. That's just what we called him last year. It's 115 under. Okay, so sometimes it's 115 one side and 120 the other side. So I wanted to click on him, but it looks like it's the same both sides. So it's not the sportsbooks favor the under. The sportsbooks just are unsure of the over and under. So we would like this to be higher than this number, but it's the same. It looks like, interesting enough, he's had 5 starts this season, and the last 2 was against his former team. Chicago White Sox, I mean, it's very easy to get strikeouts against them. That's why against his former team he got 11, because he went all out. But then his most recent start against the White Sox, he only got 7. Toronto he didn't get, but Toronto's not really a strikeout-y team. He got 8 innings against Baltimore. And then this is the first start of the season, so I don't really give the first start of the season too much credit. So technically speaking, the only people we are considering before we do the second level of research is Crotchet Rocket, Mackenzie Gore, and Tobias. So Mackenzie Gore the sportsbooks do favor his under because his over is plus 1.5. You see his under is minus 140. Holy moly, this guy got 13 Ks in his last start. Beginning was Colorado. So there's actually a ban list rule. If you look at the MLB ban list channel in Discord, that says we don't go under pitchers. We don't go under strikeouts on pitchers versus Colorado. This is why. 13 times in only 6 innings. But before that, 7-7-5. The thing about him is I don't like the fact that he consistently is getting 7s. 13 in his first start this season, 7-7, hook, 13. This guy apparently has unlocked some stuff. This is insane. Against righties, and he's had 87 at-bats against righties. 34.5 is crazy. 46.9 is even crazier. Where's Baltimore going with? A lot of righties. Going with a lot of righties against him, but the fact that he strikes out 34.5% of every righty he versus, I think what I need to do first, before I look at anybody, before I look into more of them, let's look at Seattle strikeouts. Seattle, Baltimore, and San Francisco. Seattle, Baltimore, San Francisco. Okay, so for San Francisco, we're targeting Tobias on the over, and San Francisco is the 10th most strikeoutiest team. Granted, over the last 3, they are tied for the second least, but over the course of the entire season, they're 10th, 8.92. And then we're looking at Seattle. Seattle strikes out 6th most. And who's the other one we were looking at? Baltimore is kind of in the middle of the pack. Actually, exactly in the middle at 15. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the predictor. Filters are still going to be there. Okay, so Crotchet Rocket is versing Seattle, who is the 6th most strikeouts. Keep in mind, Garrett Crotchet also has amazing strikeout stuff. So because Seattle's 6th most, because Crotchet is very, very good at throwing strikeouts, and the sportsbooks aren't favoring either way, I don't really like this too much. So we're not going to do that. The two that we are considering, let me just do this so they're at the top of the screen. We're looking at Tobias over 3.5 because San Francisco is 10th most. And it looks like he has 100% head-to-head, which is interesting as well. So last year, on August 27th, he got 4 Ks against him in 5 innings pitched. I like 3.5 lines and 4.5 lines more than anything else because those are the easiest numbers to hit. We go down here. He has a nice 25% against righties, a little bit less against lefties. I like for both of these numbers to be 20%. And 19% is pretty close to 20%. It looks like the roster is going to be three lefties maybe, and then the rest righties. So it's going to be righty heavy, and that's where he has his 25.6% here. Let me see. So I think we might be going with him. Mackenzie Gore, man, like look at this, 9, 13. Toronto does not strike out. They're one of the top 3 least strikeout teams. So we're going to exclude that one. But dating back to last season, 9, 13, 7, 13. And we want to go under 7.5 on this guy. And his head-to-head 0. Oh, he versed Balt. Was that this season or last year? 419. Oh, that was last year. So roughly a year ago is the last time he versed Baltimore, and he only got 7 Ks. But he got 7 Ks. This guy is just too hot right now for us to go under on him. So I think, with all this being said, let us look at our last tool we look at on the show, which is the props comparison. We see, can we get a better line on any other book? Mackenzie 7.5 across the board. Tobias is 3.5 across the board. And then what's Crotchet Rocket? 7.5 across the board. Yeah, it's just, yeah, 7.5. I mean, in terms of like relativity, oh yeah, 7.5 is going to be easy to hit because very rarely do pitchers get eight or more strikeouts. This guy is not part of that very rarely. Nor is Mackenzie Gore in the past like 10 starts he's had. So I think that's what we're going with. We're going with good old TM Tobias here, 3.5. And for the people who ignore everything I say, who are gamblers and don't care about finishing the day with more money than what they started with, who fast forward the part where I showed you that if you target MLB spreads on our new and improved MLB spread predictor, percentages that are 56.40 and higher, it is 21-3 in the past 2 days. So again, if you want to finish the day with more money, it's probably best if you use the tools that print money. So again, it's very easy to upgrade your account and unlock free access or unlock full access to everything. To do that, you just tap on the banner on the top of the app that you're looking at called PlayerProps.ai, where it says tap here to upgrade and get full access to Discord and the app. Tap on that, choose either monthly or annual. Monthly is $1.97 a day, annual is $1.37 a day, and get full access to the tools that, as you see, are printing money. Good luck today, guys. Hopefully NFL draft is nice. Hopefully Dolphins make good decisions. And, yeah, good luck.